Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today it's quite windy, hopefully it won't disturb the sound in the video. Lots of the chestnuts are falling down and they are very healthy, by the way. If you hold it, it's actually very healthy for you. Maybe some of you know this already. I want to start this video before we get into Zelensky, Morawiecki and the Brotherhood update with apologies and correction in regards to the video that I have posted yesterday, and that was about the article from TASS in which there was a rating of 100 best cities in the world. Someone has brought this to my attention and I want to officially thank you for doing this. Fall, by the way. So if you see leaves falling and everything, this is where I currently am. Someone brought to my attention that article was actually older article from 2021, and I want to thank you for this. I forgot your name, I'm sorry, because this makes this rating even more interesting nowadays. If I brought that article from 2021, and in that time, before the conflict in Ukraine that started in 2022, as we know, in February, Moscow was number 4 in the time on that list. Now, if you look at the latest rating of the best cities in the world, I will read this to you because this shows you how twisted everything is. The city number 1 is Tokyo, number 2 is London, number 3 is New York City, 4 Paris, 5 Singapore, 6 LA, 7 Boston, 8 Seoul, 9 San Francisco is number 9, Houston is number 10. And now you would probably ask me, okay, Anya, where is Moscow? Moscow is number 76. Can you believe this? Yes, you can. I know you can. So apologies for the article yesterday. However, in a big picture, this actually is very interesting because now we can look back into 2021 and see that Moscow was number 4 and now it's downgraded to 76. What a... I don't want to say bad word, but I mean, seriously, give me a break. So, once we are in TASS, let's stay on TASS. And this article is from October 2nd and it's talking about the infections that are taking place in Ukrainian army. So this is very new article. Russian legislator suspects United States labs involvement in strange infection in Ukrainian army. The cases of suspicious infections in the Ukrainian army that are difficult to treat are most probably coming from the operation of United States biolabs in Ukraine. The deputy speaker of the State of Duma, Irina Yarovaya said, now quoting her, the Pentagon's biolaboratories in Ukraine are with a high degree of probability of the source of infection of Ukrainian soldiers, she said. And there is more here. Earlier, the British daily, the Financial Times, published a story saying that in early 2023, doctors in one of the NATO's military hospitals in Germany studied the test samples of wounded Ukrainian soldiers to conclude that they had been infected with pathogens resistant to antibiotics. A side note here from me, as I'm absolutely not an expert in this field, if any of you is, please put in the comments down below. This is not just in regards to soldiers, right? The civilians as well. If you can, those of you who know more about this type of topics, if you can put in the comments down below, what does it really mean? How this can spread? If soldier is affected, can this be contagious? Just a side note from me here. Yarovaya also noted that confirmations were already available that United States has tested unlicensed drugs on Ukrainian soldiers. Quoting her, obviously, time is ripe for international experts, including those from the Lancet Commission, to be seriously concerned about the Pentagon's monstrous biological experiments. That's what she said. And she believes that in accordance with the US project, codenamed UP8, laboratories in Lvov, Kharkiv, Odessa and Kiev conducted tests under the guidance of US military specialists on more than 4,000 military servicemen. So, yeah, I mean, we don't really know to what extent this has been taking place. And this is another side of the chemical war, bio-war, right? That's how you do it. Not just from the air, but through the people, right? We know this. So now let's get into Morawiecki and Zelensky and Ukraine and how the brotherhood looks like. During his speech at the Law and Justice Convention in Katowice, this is the name of the city in Poland, south of Poland, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki raised the topic of Polish-Ukrainian relations and reports of a new opening in relations between Kiev and Berlin. On Sunday, during the Law and Justice Election Convention, he noted that because the European Commission did not extend the embargo on Ukrainian grain, the government did this itself. The Polish government did it itself. And quoting now Morawiecki, because where the interest of Polish farmers is at stake, we will not ask for the opinion of anyone in Berlin or in Brussels. We work for the good of Polish agriculture, he assured. I want to read the whole thing and then I give you my commentary if you care, because I think you already know what I want to say. But I repeat this again, because where the interest of the Polish farmers is at stake, we will not ask for the opinion of anyone in Berlin or in Brussels. We work for the good of Polish agriculture. And he continued, we will defend Polish agriculture against Ukrainian agro-oligarchs. He added that recently at the UN, President Zelensky said very inappropriate words. Okay, I understand, this is from Morawiecki, that he now thinks, in regards to Zelensky, that he will have a close alliance with Germany. I understand that Zelensky now thinks that he will have a close alliance with Germany. I warn you, this is Morawiecki to Volodymyr. Great, huh? I warn you, the Germans will always want to communicate with the Russians over the heads of Central European states. It was Poland that took a few million Ukrainians under our roofs. It was the Poles who took in the Ukrainians. It was us who helped the most at the time when the Germans wanted to send helmets to Kiev. It is worth not forgetting about it, President Zelensky. So, first Duda had a backbone. Someone said in the comments before, backbone of spaghetti. First Duda had a backbone in New York in General Assembly, right? And now we have Morawiecki that has a backbone of another spaghetti. Continue. Let us recall that the ban on imports of wheat, rapeseed and sunflowers from Ukraine to Bulgaria, Hungary, Poland, Romania and Slovakia, which are struggling with oversaturation of Ukrainian raw materials, was introduced by the European Union, European Commission, at the beginning of May. Initially, the restrictions were in force until June 5th. There is more, bear with me. And then they were extended until mid-September. The embargo was lifted on 15th of September on the basis of European Commission's decision. A day later, a decree on a ban on imports of Ukraine agricultural products into Poland came into force. Decisions to extend import restrictions were also taken by governments of Hungary, Slovakia, and Romania. How beautiful this park, isn't it? So, the situation at this moment looks like this, and this will be the last news that I have for you. The situation looks like this. Today we have October, I'm like counting like a calendar, October 3rd, which means we have 11 more days to the parliamentary election in Poland. The show must go on, as Freddie Mercury was singing, right? As the Queens were singing. Show must go on. And though your heart is aching, the makeup may be faking. I'm not sure if I'm remembering the lyrics correctly. Show must go on. All of this, in my opinion, once again I will say it, is staged. Someone wrote the script in a far, far land, somewhere on the other side of the big water, like Winnetou used to say. And the movie is playing on, to the point that everyone is now confused. What's really going on? Is Poland not on a good terms with Ukraine? And now what? We have very, very famous Polish proverb that says Polak mądry po szkodzie. If I translate it to the best of my ability, it will say that the Poles are the wise one after the loss. And indeed, this is the case. Over 5 million refugees later, changing the laws. Soon they will be able to vote, probably in Poland. They will have their own party. They will influence, they already do, but they will influence the political structure of the country for sure, if that happens. Now we have this shit show. I know it's not a nice word for me to say, but it is. It's a Muppet show. That they are attacking one another. Because now they care about Polish farmers, which they how did they care about them over a year ago? More than almost 2 years now. How did they care about them? How did they care when they took all that grain and other products that dominated the market here, selling them for peanuts, right? Ukrainian products, and there was no chance for Polish farmers to compete with their grain and their products that they spent time, energy, money to produce and to bring to the citizens. Now they care. They care 2 weeks before, less than 2 weeks before the moment when people will go and vote. Now they have backbones of spaghetti. So leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think? I am absolutely certain this is all staged and they are trying to confuse all of us big time. So let's not be fooled again and believe that they really care. It's very toxic relationship, you know, like this is very karmic, really, really very karmic. It's on the soul level too, if you look at it. If we don't learn the lesson, if we keep on giving chances the same people who betrayed you, who lied to you, who cheat, who present themselves as if they are so nice, such a nice guy, such a nice man, but you know they are not. And they've proven this over and over and over again. I understand you might give the second chance because you're not sure, but if you have this going on for some time and you see how they treat other people too, you will know. That's all I have for you today, everyone. Apologies for yesterday confusion. However, that was important because now we really know what a BS list this is. 100 best cities, and Moscow is number 76. To me at this point, Moscow is number 1. And I agree with someone who said that Budapest is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. I agree, absolutely. One of the most beautiful cities in Europe I've seen is Budapest. Thank you so much for watching. Join me on Locals. You can follow me on Instagram as well. Join my mailing list. The link to Rumble you find down below. And if you feel like you don't have to buy me a coffee to support my work and my trip to China, you can do it as well. Lots of love, everyone, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye, guys.